Hey everybody, welcome to Average Guy Opinions. I'm your average guy, John Corelli, and I got home early today from school because Logan had a pretty bad stomach ache, and the CNA, nursing assistant, thought it might be appendicitis, but then the nurse on call ruled that out, so we're going to see, but we came home early just to be cautious. And that reminded me of something I haven't shared with you guys. We're in over 300 episodes, and I haven't shared with you guys all my bodily major events in this life. So get ready for that. It really did make me think. The appendectomy or the possibility of an appendectomy made me think of my own appendectomy. I've been pretty lucky. Never any broken bones, although you've seen this, guys. This is a lumpy, bumpy mess of a nose. It's gone through a lot. The worst thing I could think of was when playing dodgeball in Bill Turner's front yard. I was probably 13 or 14 years old, and I dove out of the way into an awaiting wheelbarrow handle that Bill Turner's dad hadn't put away all the way out of the yard. So yeah, just face first into that. Bled like crazy. That was pretty ugly. I didn't get black eyes from it, although it looks like I've had a lot of black eyes in my life. That was rough, and a lot of other times. Didn't get punched in the nose a lot, didn't get in a lot of fights, played a lot of football, soccer, took some balls to the face. Make all the gay porn jokes you want out of that one. But yeah, so it got started early, actually, and I'll get back to the appendectomy, but I got a scar across here. I think I often tell this inaccurately, so Mom, forgive me if I do, but I got this when I was like 2.5, I believe, in New York. I was a toddler, and they have what they call landing pads, because most of the playgrounds back then were asphalt, and they would put landing pads at the bottom of them that were made of like rubber, like that black rubber. And so ironically, I tripped on the landing pad and went face first into the slide and split my nose open. Got 3 to 5 stitches there. A couple years later, I was like 4, I think, and had a playpen fall on my toe. Back when they were made of metal, it was folded up on the wall, and I think I was screwing with it. My parents said I wasn't, but I thought I was like throwing it up against the wall and then dodging it as it fell. And there was it's like a tube of metal, but it had to be pressed together flat so it could fold in spots, and it was that fold spot, and it went chunk right down my toe. That was another 5 stitches. You can still see that on my left big toe. Like I said, I got a lot of stitches, no broken bones. As I grew older, a big one here, I don't know if you can see that, probably not, but there's a line going down here. This happened in high school, and I got another 5 to match here. These things are mostly disappearing. You can't really see them that bad, but in high school we were playing softball. We all brought our gloves, but Mr. Blank, our gym teacher at Jefferson, was not there for the day, so we had a sub, and the sub couldn't find the keys to open the gate to get into the softball field, so he had us climb over, which was fine going in, and for some reason getting out, it was a picket fence, or not picket fence, a chain link fence. And sometimes they have those barbs at the top, and sometimes they bend them down, but sometimes they don't. And they didn't bend these down. These were like razor, man. And so I had that double gym shirt we used to wear in the 80s. It was white on one side and yellow on the other. Sometimes it was white and gray, and so you could just be inside out, so you didn't have to play shirts, skins. You could divide teams just by flipping your shirt inside out. And this got caught on there, so I was caught on this thing, and I couldn't get off, and so I just pushed, and the shirt didn't give enough. It gave a little bit, but then I like a pole vaulter, I didn't clear it with my hands. It just gashed it right down. It was really bad. 15 stitches, 6 underneath, 9 on top, and then I got another 5 here. And I remember vividly, because he's my neighbor now, Mark Goddard laughing hysterically at me, thinking it was really funny, because I was freaking out. I was probably going into shock immediately, because I looked and it was just split open. I'm like, I can see my muscle. And when Mark Goddard's like, yeah, you can. It's just kind of laughing. And I just slammed it in my stomach to stop the bleeding, and ran to Miss Noya's, the school nurse, and she freaked out because she thought I was bleeding from my stomach. She thought I gashed in the stomach. I know it's here, and she's like, oh yeah, by the way, you have one here too. I didn't even feel that one. That's how in pain I was from this one. Freaking out. My mom had to take me to the hospital a lot when I was a kid, so thank you, Mom. Another one here from a fight. Punched a kid in the mouth. Brett Roby, class of 87. He was an asshole at an early age, and or maybe 88. Actually, he might have been 88. He's a lot younger than me, and he just started fighting me one day, and we were boxing. He'd miss, I'd hit him. He'd miss, I'm hitting him. I wasn't hitting him hard enough for him to quit. And I hit him in the tooth and split my hand open. I had to go to the hospital for that. It was like another 5 stitches. That's all the stitches I can think of. So let's go to the major stuff. The appendectomy. I was in 95. I've been lucky. I've had like 1 surgery per decade of adult life. That's not too bad. One in my 20s, one in my 30s, one in my 40s. Waiting for my 50s, hoping it doesn't happen. But appendectomy 95. I was minimally insured, so I think maybe I went under Dylan's insurance. I can't remember what we did to not have to pay. I know part of it though was the doctor on call decided, because I get in there, they're like, oh yeah, you got a hot appendix. I had stomach flu all throughout 94, and this is February 95. Oh, it's stomach flu, and Dylan's like, but you're holding food down this time. I go, yeah, and it's more to the right than it was in the center, the pain. And she's like, let's get you to the hospital. And thankfully, I listened to my soon-to-be wife. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. That's kind of funny. I have a physical ailment while I'm talking about physical ailments. We get in there, as I think it was Swedish or Porter, one of those good hospitals near us at the time. And the guy's like, you got a hot appendix. You got to get that out. And the doctor was supposed to put me under around 8, I think, and he didn't, and I didn't get the surgery till the following morning. And anyone who's spent the night in the hospital awaiting surgery the next day, you're not going to get any sleep. So they're awake, trying to get some sleep, and they took care of me in the morning. But I came to find out, my father found out that this guy decided he prioritized dinner with his daughter over me, even though he was the surgeon on call. So I got sent an anesthesiologist bill for like $900, which they did that separately, I guess, back then. It's part of the problem with the healthcare system in this country, is they find a way to gouge you. And my father said, no, he's not paying a dime. If you guys charge him for anything, we will come back and sue you because of him spending the night unnecessarily in pain when you should have been doing your job. And so thank you, Dad, for that. I know I'm hard on my dad a lot on this channel, but that was a big one, so thank you. I got the next, in my 30s, I had another minor surgery. Didn't even have to spend the night in the hospital for this one. But as you know, like I said, my nose has gone through a lot. And I had my tonsils flared up. And I was like, oh boy, it was like 2004, 2005. I was really upset because I'd been training really hard for the Boulder, and this happened right before the Boulder. I was in pretty good shape. I was ready to run that 10K, and all of a sudden, nope, sorry, you have to get your adenoids taken out, and tonsils taken care of. And that was funny because the guy who did the surgery, an Italian guy, a nice Italian, a boy, older than me, is not a boy at all, but he had the little Groucho Marx looking reflector thing, and he looked up into my nose, and he's like, whoa, and I was like, what? And he goes, your septum's really bad. And I go, yeah, well, I had it checked out years ago, and he said it was kind of bad, and he's like, no, it's really bad. And I had a big uvula. I used to be able to do really good Chewbacca impressions, like, but because my uvula would run around on my throat, it was huge. He said, and that's also the biggest uvula I've ever seen. So we're going to trim you up a little bit. We're going to take care of your tonsils. We're also going to straighten your septum, and we're going to trim down your uvula. So he did all those things. Septum's still not good. It fell back, so to speak. It's still a mess. And then a few years ago, back in 2016, this is embarrassing. The only other time I've had to spend the night in the hospital is, once again, a minor surgery. But this one, okay, I'm going to be a little up close and personal with you guys. I shave down there. Not all the time, but I do because I'm Italian, and it's just awful if you don't shave down there sometimes. How do we put it? Mow the lawn once in a while, so to speak. And I had mowed the lawn a little too closely. I didn't cut myself, but I got an ingrown hair, and it got really infected, and I tried to take care of it on my own. I think it got infected worse, and that became this abscess. It was really awful. And I went to urgent care to have them take care of it. And he's like, no, it's too close to your parts. We don't want to mess up your parts if you want to reproduce again. I don't plan on it. I'm 48, 49 at this point. There's like, still, we don't want to mess you up down there and possibly face a lawsuit. So I had to go in and go to the hospital and get it all taken care of and cleaned up. So yeah, there's probably a lot more about me than you wanted to know, but those are some of the things that I've dealt with. I've got others too, but maybe that's for another time because I'm in at 10 minutes. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for knowing more about me. Talk to you guys next time. Bye.